So I've been looking on Amazon for a really good case for my M4 iPad Pro here. However, because this has only just come out, there really isn't a great choice at the moment. But what it is, I'm just not prepared to use any of my iPads without a case and a screen protector on them. So for me personally, I just needed to get something really quick. So what I've done here is got this case by a company called Infinite. And basically, this may not end up being my forever case. However, I've got to say, it is a really cheap case and it is doing a really good job of like just protecting my iPad until I find my forever case. So let me just do a quick close-up and show you what this case is all about. Okay, so the first thing to do is to remove the cellophane protectors from the inside and the rear of the back tray here. However, just before I do that, it's worth noting that on the inside here for the actual cover piece, this is almost like a soft material. So obviously once that's closed over, it helps to like not scratch the iPad screen. Also, the outer edges here of the tray are made of that like soft TPU material. So that's all very flexible on the edges there. So what I'm going to do, there's a tab here on the inside. So I'm just going to grab that tab, just going to pull this off. And then this should pull away that cellophane piece there, as we can see. Let me just get that off completely. And then there's another piece of cellophane on the back, which once again we pull off with this tab here. So let me just get at that. I've just pulled the tab off the cellophane. However, I've gripped the cellophane and it's off. So with the iPad Pro now inside the case, I can show you that the case has got the magnetic sleep function. So if I close the case over there, if I just open it, we will see quickly that the iPad's got a black screen and then it'll switch on. Watch. There we go. And then if I close it over, that'll switch it off and then switch it back on, switch it off, switch it back on again. Now the first thing to mention here is that my iPad Pro has actually got a tempered glass screen protector on it. As you can see here, we can see where the cutout is there around the camera section. So what's really cool here is that this case does actually support tempered glass screen protectors being on your iPad Pro. And just the last thing to show you here whilst the actual case is open, on the inside here we actually have a space for an Apple Pencil. So taking a run around the edges here, and this would be the top edge if you were in portrait mode. So starting from left to right, what we've got here are some cutouts and holes which line up with the speaker behind it, and I can actually confirm that that does line up properly. Now we've got a hole there and a clear cutout right the way through to the microphone that's behind that. Again, it's all lined up properly. Once again, we've got some more grills and cutouts here for the speaker that's behind that. And then what we've got here is a plastic raised piece which then goes through to the power button. Again, if you were in portrait mode, this is now the bottom edge of the case. Starting from left to right, once again, we have got perfectly aligned cutouts here for the speaker that sits behind there. Also, we've got a really nice cutout here, which is perfectly aligned for the USB-C Thunderbolt 4 port there. And then once again, on this side, we have got perfectly aligned cutouts and holes for the speaker that sits behind there. Now, looking at this long edge of the case here, which would be on the right-hand side if you were in portrait mode, at the top here, we have got two push-through buttons which line up perfectly with the up and down volume buttons on the iPad Pro. And then what we have got here is a cutout which is designed to give you access to a pencil if you've got one inside the case. So if you did have a pencil on the inside there, you just simply push your finger through this hole here and it'll pop the pencil out. And then as far as the other long edge of the case is concerned here, there's nothing on here, and this is essentially the hinge for the front cover. And as far as the front cover is concerned, on the bottom right here, we have got a very unobtrusive small logo, so not something that jumps out all over the place. And obviously, as you will already have guessed, this is one of those tri-fold sleeves, so obviously it's got one panel there, one panel there, one panel there, and that just helps it to kind of bend and shape itself for when it sits up and like rests on its back, which I will show you shortly. And finally, to the rear of the case, but unfortunately, I've got a load of glare going on here here, and the reason why is because this back section of the case here, the actual tray part, this is a hard clear plastic. So obviously what this is going to do is to allow you to see right the way through to your iPad. Now, if it wasn't all glared the way it is, it would actually look pretty cool. Hold on, let's see if I can get a... No, I'm not going to get a better angle on that because there's lights everywhere in the room. Anyways, yeah, so that's a hard plastic, and like I've just said, it's clear, which allows you to see the color of the iPad through it, and it's going to offer the back a lot of protection as well. And then finally, in the top left here, we've got the cutout for the camera module, which has also got a raised piece around it, which will offer a bit of protection to the lens and the rest of the module if your iPad in the case is placed down on its back on a flat surface such as a table. As I just mentioned as well, we've got this trifold, like, you know, front cover here, so it's just a basic kind of folio type case. So what we do, if we just kind of like fold it in over itself like that, we can actually place the iPad down in kind of that orientation there, which is probably good if you just want to be typing on it and stuff like that. Or you can use it to stand it up like that as well. So you can go like, you know, vertical or like, you know, your portrait mode as opposed to landscape. And then of course, obviously, most of the ways that I would probably mount this will be like that. And then that way, what I can do is like be watching like videos and stuff quite comfortably and what have you. Anyways, I think, you know, the rest of it is kind of self-explanatory as far as this case is concerned. Now, just to reiterate the point, I am not saying that this is going to be my forever case. However, what I will say is that right now I'm super happy that I've gotten it because I've definitely got some protection here for my iPad. So as well as this case and the screen protector that's on it, I've now got my basic protection sorted. So basically, I am not overly stressing that I will scratch the iPad up and stuff like that until I find my forever case. Anyways, that will do it for this video. And as ever, there will be Amazon links in the video description below to all the stuff that I've used in the video. If you found the video useful, please do give it a thumbs up, and a sub to the channel will be absolutely fantastic if you really liked the video. Anyways, I'm David Harry. Thank you very much for watching this video. Take care and goodbye now.